Gary Deegan of Drogheda United. It's been a solid season for you at the club this year. I mean, at the expectation at the start was you would be closer to the likes of Finn Harps and UCD, but instead you're actually looking way up the table now. Right behind Shelburne and Bowes. How do you assess this season so far?
I think it's been a solid season. Yeah, I think you're right. I think the expectation of us was to be down there, but I think we've proven a lot of people wrong. Yeah, and I think this part of the season now was about just trying to finish on a high as best as we can. So yeah, I think we have been underdogs in a lot of games, but I think that actually suits us, especially at home or air place when our fans are excellent. So yeah, it's been good.
Yeah, and what was the feeling at the club when Tim Clancy left? Because again, it was a knock-on effect from other managerial changes elsewhere. And once that news arrived for you as a squad of players, and you'd made a lot of progress with him over the period that he was there. But like, how much of a blow was it? How did the players that are still there from his time, how did you react to that?
Yeah, I think after Tim doing really well, and a lot of players from that team that Tim managed end up going away to England, so it shows you the job that Tim did at the club. And yeah, it was a bit of a shock, and I think you can't blame Tim either that a full-time club come knocking on your door and it's hard to refuse. So you can't judge him on that end, but I think as a club, I think Kev has really stepped up to the role. I think he's done really well. He's recruited well considering a lot of bodies that we've left. Yeah, so he steadied the ship.
Yeah. And was it helpful, like, especially when there's upheaval, it's a voice that you've been kind of used to already, so he's been assistant for a number of years. How helpful was that for you as a club, that it was him that was kind of stepping up?
Well, look, I think as a manager you can say all the right things, you can do all the right things, but winning is a big indication of what you're doing, and we've accumulated enough wins to be convincing. So yeah, he's really stepped up to the role, and as a senior player now, you want to help the manager as best as you can.
Yeah, and a couple of those wins have been derby wins over Dundalk, always welcome around Drogheda, but also beating the champion Shamrock Rovers along the way in one of the games as well. Does that just show to you the potential that is there in the group when it all clicks?
Yeah, look, I think I've touched on it, saying we enjoy being the underdog. The pressure's off us. When the big clubs come to town like the Dundalks and Shamrock Rovers, it's easy for us to kind of not have a free hit at it, but we can kind of relax and enjoy the occasion, and we've come out on top in time. So I think they've been home wins which have been vital for us this year, considering that the crowd has been excellent, and with a young squad that we are, I think we rely on that. People talk about 12th man or whatever you want to call it. I think Air fans are definitely that.
Yeah, and stability has been key for you as well. I was looking at the stats. I think the only club you've played more games for than at Drogheda is Cambridge United. So that's obviously you've kind of found a home at Drogheda as well.
Yeah, look, it's important to be at a club where you're happy, and people what would I say, appreciate what you are, and that's what Drogheda have done for me. So it goes hand in hand, and if you can repay them back with some wins, great, and that's where we're at.
Yeah, and you were 10 years away from the League of Ireland at the time. When you compare it to when you were here before with Shelburne and the likes, and then what it's like now in terms of how the league has grown, like, what's the major difference for you?
It's hard to say what the difference is. I think there's a lot more opportunity for younger lads in the league. When I played in the league, it was a more mature league, which now there's a lot more opportunities for younger lads, and you only get to see when a lot of people are going over to the UK. You look at Dawson, Devoyer, Bowes last year goes to MK. James Brown or us last year went to Blackburn. So there's big opportunities in the league, and especially for younger players. But a senior player in the league like myself, coming back to try and enjoy as many games as I can.